Reason for different pronunciations of lieutenant. While Americans, and possibly others, pronounce this as lieutenant, folks from the UK pronounce it as leftenant. Why?
Wikitionary claims that leftenant is an archaic spelling of lieutenant.
Etymonline indicates that spelling with lef dates to the 14th century, but that the origins of that spelling, and presumably its associated pronunciation, are mysterious. The word comes originally from Old French, and according to the OED, Old French replaced word and syllable final W with F for the modern French word lou. This is shown by an Old French spelling variant louf. Both forms, why ever they exist, just happen to stick.
Leftenant comes from French lieu, place, and tenant, holding. Some sources claim that leftenant had alternative spellings such as leftenant, lieutenant, etc., and that the mode pronunciation with F, British English mostly, is a holdover from those spellings. I thought the pronunciation with F arose from the minim confusion. In Middle English, both V and U were used interchangeably. According to Lexico, the U at the end of Old French lieu was read and pronounced as a V, and the V later became an F. I can see how the V became F, see, assimilation, so it sounds plausible to me. However, according to Etymonline, the OED rejects that theory. The mode pronunciation with F means one of the following things. The speakers of the French dialect leftenant was borrowed from probably pronounced the U as V in some places, and it took the D voicing from the following T compared to have to from have to. Or, as orthographic U and V were often used interchangeably, Anglophones for some reason hypercorrect their pronunciation to match the orthography, so L, J, U, tent, or L, J, U, T, N, N, T. L, J, E, V, T, N, N, T, hypercorrection, assimilation L, J, F, T, N, N, T. Or, the Anglophones confused the lieu with the English word leave, live, as and got the pronunciation L, J, E, V, T, N, N, T instead of L, J, U, T, N, N, T, and then later on the V got devoiced to F. Or, the pronunciation with F is a holdover from one of the spellings with an orthographic F. Or, that V was epenthetic, compared to modern French pouvoir from pouy. This can be confirmed at Wikitionary. But it seems less likely. According to More Word Histories and Mysteries, from Aardvark to Zombie, American Heritage Dictionary, the origin of the pronunciation with F is not known with any certainty, but similar pronunciations are attested in Middle English times by such spellings as lieutenant, leftenant, and leftenant. Note the spelling with F and V. The Old French word lieu had a rare variant form louf, and a form of Old French lieutenant using this rare form rather than lieu may have been picked up by Middle English speakers. In addition, the Old French pronunciation of the word lieu was something like liw, although this has developed into lio in modern French. It is possible that Middle English speakers may have heard the final W of this word as a V or F. Both V, also F, and W labial sounds, that is, made with the lips. So it's reasonable to say Middle English speakers confused both V and W. The quoted entry goes on to say that the Oxford English Dictionary suggests that use of the Middle English forms with F may also have been encouraged by an association of the first element, lieu, with other English words, such as the noun leave, a lieutenant being an officer who substitutes for another who is on leave, or perhaps one who has the superior officer's leave to take command when he is absent or otherwise unable to fulfill his functions. As for the AME pronunciation, John Algeo in The Origins and Development of the English Language says that lieutenant was recommended by Noah Webster in his American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828. It thus seems to be a spelling pronunciation.
My copy of the OED says, the origin of the beta type of forms, which survives in the usual British pronunciation, though the spelling represents the alpha type, is difficult to explain. The hypothesis of a mere misinterpretation of the graphic form, U read as V, at first sight plausible, does not accord with the facts. In view of the rare of form louf for lieu, with which compared to especially the fifth SC forms luf dash, luften and above, it seems likely that the labial glide at the end of lieu as the first element of a compound was sometimes apprehended by Englishmen as a V or F. Possibly some of the forms may be due to association with leave SB or leaf A. In 1793 Walker gives the actual pronunciations as lev, lieutenant, but expresses the hope that the regular sound, lieutenant, will in time become current. In England this pronunciation, lieu, tenent, is almost unknown. A newspaper quote of 1893 in Funk Standard Dictionary says that lieutenant is in the US almost confined to the retired list of the Navy. It's apparent from the examples of usage given that a mixture was in use, e.g. 1375 lieutenant, and that lieutenant was up to the King of England, 1387 lieutenant. So it's clear variants of both were in use in England in the 14th century. As to why present-day usage is as it is, people can be contrary. It's possible the US adopted Lou because and only because the Brits said lef, or vice versa. But it seems the answer is not known by the best scholars Oxford can produce.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.